I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound of my voice, okay? Please and thank you by dropping your side dish into the chat, because this is officially the cookout, baby, and we got so much to talk about. So drop your side dish. Let me know what y'all brought. I know the red cups are here. I did see them on the paper. I saw the paper towels, the paper plates, and the red cups over there on the picnic table. Okay, so y'all come on in. Woo, it has been a day. You said, I can hear you. Said, dang, I'm late. Belicious, you and I talked about this girl. You were supposed to be here on time, but welcome. Belicious is one of my members. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. If you'd like to become a member, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. I also see Miss Erica in the house. Welcome, girl. And I even have a new member. Let me put you up here. Lulu. Lulu is in the house. Thank you for becoming a member of the Supreme Team family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see all of y'all are here, and y'all saw what happened last night, child. Oh my God. Listen, this was me all night. I swear to y'all, I watched it twice, and I was sitting there like this. Me and T.I., baby. What is happening on this show? Oh my goodness, I could not stop laughing. I could not. Come on in, you guys. Between Tisha and Destiny, between drunk Trisha, the way Trisha, somewhere along the line at this damn drag club, okay, they went to a club to see drag queens. Trisha got drunk right up front. By the time she sits down to have dinner, that girl was pointing and interjecting and slurring. I was like, baby, please, please, someone tell Trisha to calm down. Listen, we all thought Trisha was quiet and that she didn't say a whole lot. The way Trisha was, and another thing, I was like, oh, hell no. That was crazy. And then if that wasn't enough, one of my favorite parts of this episode was Tisha bucking up on Destiny. Okay, it was like, what's happened? Where did my eyes land? Tisha bucked up on Destiny, stood up on her. Did you cuss at me? And started walking over to Destiny wearing like, it had to be like 6-inch stilettos, maybe taller. I don't know. I don't wear stilettos, but I'm always paying attention to people's shoes because shoes are weapons, okay? But Tisha had on that tall ass stiletto and started doing like this, like, bitch, you don't want it with me. And then when you see Trisha and Kimmy hop up, stand in front of Tisha, said, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Destiny was sitting there like this. Y'all know when Destiny cocks her head to the side, it's curtains. The way Destiny eased her ass past Tisha, and I do mean ease right past her. Tisha could have smelled her breath. Like, bitch, if you want it, I'm going to give you the opportunity. Fuck what Trisha and Kimmy think they got going on. Here I am if you want me, okay? The way she walked around Tisha, oh my God. I said, babe, she didn't even take the back. She said, I'm gonna walk right past you to show you you don't want it with me, okay? I ain't never scared. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. Where do I begin? Oh, my goodness. Anyway, we're about to get into this juicy story, okay? I want to thank every single one of y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Please hit my like button just to show you that you appreciate me, okay? Just hit the like button. And then if you like, you can become a member like Lulu and then all of my other fabulous members that come in to support me all the time when I'm on live. I thank you guys so much. And then, of course, all of y'all, because I can't see everybody, but I do know some of my regulars are here, like Erica and Lies More Lies. And who else? Who else? Did I miss anybody? All of you. I think I see some new people up in this mofo that I haven't seen before. Welcome to y'all too, okay? Miss Glaze, Lisa Girl. Some of y'all haven't seen before, so welcome to my new members, or my new members, my new subbies. Hopefully y'all subbed. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure that y'all talk to me in the chat. I don't mind different opinions at all. I just want us to keep it cordial. And I do want to say hello to my sister. This is my real sister. We got the same mama, same daddy, child. Okay. So let's get into it, y'all. Without further ado, child. They had 3 scenes this week. 3. Last week they had 5. I told y'all probably, I want to say they usually have like 7, 8, 10 scenes, which can be a lot for us as content creators, those of us who really do tell stories. You know what I'm saying? It can be a lot, but this time 3, and they cut like a monkey. Okay. So like I said, so much stuff came out in this episode that connects dots about their family, about the friendships, for real, about the horrible ass relationships. All of that came out in this episode, a lot of it. And they've already signed up for their new season. So thumbs up to y'all for bringing this back to the show. Okay. But listen, it opens up with the Fletchers and their daughter, Kayla. Y'all know last week, Nell Fletcher said she was going to get down to the bottom of Twan, basically saying with his own mouth to Destiny, there's a rumor out there about me and Kayla. Well, you started it. You started the rumor, okay? Destiny said, let me get this bone right on back to my good friend, Nell Fletcher, because she wanted to give me grief about dating Lance and Twan and whatever. I'm gonna take this bone right on back over there because, baby, what the is your daughter over here doing? And you up in my business and you don't know what she got going on? Cool. Let me drop this nugget off to you, okay? Perfect. So the Fletchers are in the backyard, y'all. Y'all know the last time we saw them back there was when was when Melody had picked up that damn wine rack or whatever, that wine stand, and threw it at Martell's head. Remember that? Or she tried to anyway. She threw a bottle or some shit, some of the good china. And then that damn wine stand almost went over there too. Martell was ducking, bobbing, weaving, all of it. That was the last time I think we were back there. This time, it doesn't look like they've made any changes, okay? It's still that little patio. I think they had some tiki sticks back there that Chris was burning. But other than that, they don't do a whole lot to their landscaping. And I don't know why that bothers me. I don't know why that bothers me, but I was like, damn, could y'all put like some nice furniture and chairs back here, something, but not a whole lot. Anyway, Nell Fletcher is bringing out adult beverages. That's what she said. And it's lemonade. I don't know if it was spiked or anything, but they out there, drinking lemonade. Nell Fletcher is kind of flirting a little bit with her man, just in case, some things might pop off later. When you've been married for a long time, the foreplay got to start in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And then linger on into the evening hours. You don't rev up as quickly as you used to. You know what I'm saying? So she started it early, wiping the sweat off his head and shit. And he looked like he's really enjoying himself. I really enjoy stuff like this. I swear to God. Anyway, after all of that, the Fletchers start talking about the rumor that they got from Destiny. And they basically said, listen, I don't know if it's true or false, but what I can say is I don't think I'm going to be cool with this shit. If it is true, Twan is old. I didn't know he was that old, but they said there's an age gap between Twan and Kayla that's significant. Not to mention, he has an ex-wife and he has teenage children. So while they're saying this, my mind is thinking, well, how the fuck is he your godson? You know what I'm saying? Like, just based on the information that was coming out, I was like, what? Okay. So anyway, they're getting that out there. They're like, Chris said, I might not have a problem with it if he wasn't so much older than Kayla and he didn't have this other family. That's not what we want for her. All right. So anyway, Kayla arrives to the house and they start talking a little bit about her being the director of the daycare. A lot of people keep saying, y'all need to stay out of y'all adult kids' business. But the adult kids are actually in their parents' business. You understand? So when adult children work for their parents, when they constantly ask their parents for advice, for money, for whatever it is, help me out with this, that usually keeps the parents in all of their business. So right now, Kayla, who has been up there at that daycare for a little bit, got moved into the position of, I guess, interim, or I think she's at a temporary program director, just to see if she can handle it. She's coming in bragging about how she got 2 new kids signed up for the daycare and all kinds of stuff. So they're like, oh, you said you don't think Kayla is. If Kayla gets a paycheck from her mama, she works at the daycare, they're in the business. Because Nell said, when we're up there, and she's already said this before, we already know this, y'all. When Nell Fletcher and Kayla are at work, what do y'all think they're doing? They're gossiping about their own family. Those wayward dick boys of Nell's, the brothers, who they're dating, how many kids they got, what's going on in those families. That's a conversation that's had around all things. So when you're having those conversations with a daughter that you think is, walking upright, standing tall, you know how I feel about your fucking brothers. You know how I feel about them. Then if you're having that conversation, you can best believe that they're talking about everything. Just like she said, I honestly thought that you were the one I didn't have to worry about. Well, you made her think that because you've been lying to her. Okay. But anyway, after they get through that conversation, Nell Fletcher just basically asked her, listen, Destiny was over here the other day with Lance, because Nell does not mince words. I'm not going to hold Destiny, I ain't going to not mention her name. But Destiny was over here. And when she was here, she said Twan, of all people, told her about a rumor that the two of y'all are dating. Is it true? And that's when Kayla says, well, to clarify, to clarify, we didn't want y'all to find out like this. Did you hear me? We didn't want y'all to find out like this. Well, Kayla, did y'all sit and discuss how it was going to come to them? Because why would Twan tell that to Destiny? When it happened, I thought, why would you tell that rumor? Why would you tell it? Don't say anything at all is what I would think. But cool. You got Destiny over there looking like a brick house, got her back out, damn near the crack of her ass is out. She's showing up to show you what she's working with, and you bring up little Kayla. And I'm going to call her little Kayla now that we know for sure your ass is way older than her, according to both of her parents. So, oh my goodness. So she said, to clarify, we didn't want you to find out like this. Bullshit. Because according to Twan, he said that people started poking and probing and trying to figure it out when they saw you posting pictures on your IG. So if everybody knows that y'all are supposed to be family, then what type of pictures were you posting that had people questioning it? Because who? You know what I'm saying? Who? Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's a gut punch to both Neil and Chris when they hear this comment from Kayla. I mean, both of them drop their head down. Chris barely looks back up at his daughter. And Nell Fletcher says, I was not expecting this. Chris said, me neither. She said, no, I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. Twan is my godson, and you're my daughter. Okay? Now, after saying this, Kayla said, is that a problem? Is that a problem that we're dating? Nell said, yeah, because Kayla, you and I talk about everything. Monday through Sunday, we talk about everything. And never once did you mention anything about Twan. Correct. That would be a problem for me. If we talk about everything and you purposely kept that away from me, then yeah, Why would you? Why wouldn't you just say it if you weren't trying to hide it? So Nell Fletcher says that. She said, I feel like you purposely omitted that information because you knew that would be a question mark for us, that we would have concerns about it. Correct. And I'm going to tell you some other things that didn't come out in the scene, but just the shit we've been watching. Because I want to make sure that producers, if you are serious about bringing content to the show that connects dots, because we don't want to go on another wild goose ride, baby, like we did them first 9 years, trying to figure out what the fuck was really happening. Going ahead and connect all the dots, okay? What's up, Black Butterfly? You said you brought the steaks. Thank you, girl. I knew I could count on you. Thank you. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, one of Nell Fletcher's issues this entire season has been Twan and Lance dating Destiny. She went directly to him and said, I don't play that bullshit. You two are like brothers, and y'all passing this girl around. That's my friend. And now I got my friend dating my son and now dating my godson. That's exactly what she said. I don't like it. She addressed it with both of them. Then she brought them to her house for dinner to have a conversation with them. And she had a very direct conversation. Lance, Twan, now that you at my table, you got your feet under my table, you're eating my food. I have a problem with how Destiny's fitting into this family. Y'all bringing her over here. I don't know what's going on. But not only that, even though Destiny's not fooling with either one of them at the moment, Nell Fletcher lets us in last week's episode on Kiki, the sister daughter, the one that they've raised. I think it's Nell Fletcher's niece, but she said she's also raised her like her daughter. She said, baby, Kiki has been batting her motherfucking eyes at Twan, playing footsie under the table, acting like Loretta Devine. Can you pass the collard greens, the hog moss, and a little bit of that cornbread? Like, you got her over here having this conversation. I'm watching this, like watching this man go through these women. My friend, my daughter, my niece. That's a problem. And you know this about me. You know how I am as your mother. So, baby girl, yes, say something to me if this is what you're doing, because I find this nasty. I would have said that. I think that's what Nell Fletcher was trying to say. I mean, Twan is fine. Okay. I was calling him fine ass Twan. I was calling him fine ass Twan at the beginning of the season. So now I'm like, girl, what do you mean? Is that a problem? Didn't she just have a conversation with your brothers last week and told them to get serious about people and to stop playing games? Anyway, after all of that, Nell said, listen, I let it slide when I saw the stuff going on with Kiki and all of that. But Kayla, you look sneaky to me right now. You look like you're sneaky because you knew how I felt about it. Since I addressed it, I'm not a person that minces my words. I say exactly what I feel, regardless of how you guys may feel about it. I would rather you hear it from me than on the streets, okay? But Kayla ends up saying that, listen, and this is a real question mark. Kayla said, her and Twan met before she was even introduced to Twan as her godbrother. She said, I didn't even know he was my godbrother. When you and Dad brought him in here, I had already met him a year before that. We met at the gym. We exchanged numbers. We had every intention to date, but we didn't. Not until after you introduced him as my godbrother. And then, we started hanging out, and we've been to dinner and we've been to the movies, and, just little things. We're trying to figure it out. And now they're sitting there like, so you didn't date this man 2 years ago. You dated him after I introduced you as the godbrother. That's when y'all decided to date. See, that's still a problem because, again, Nell Fletcher was straight clear last week when she pointed you out as the example, Kayla, and said, I raised a good woman. And yeah, they might be hard to find. If I can raise one, y'all look for one. That's what she told the brothers. You were there. That's why they played that chime, like ding. And then you look down. When you heard the producers play that chime noise, I was like, what the heck did Kayla do? Why did Kayla get a chime next to her name when Nell Fletcher did that? Now we know why. But anyway, this is kind of throwing off the timeline. So Nell says, listen, that boy hung out or hangs out with Lance all the time. Kayla said, but he didn't know that we were siblings. So he didn't know that was my brother. Again, I don't know. Maybe I know too much. But when you raised in a small town, and everybody keeps saying that Huntsville is a small ass town, that has been the theme for the last 11 seasons, how small Huntsville is. I was raised in a small town. You know, the first thing you're taught to say when you are trying to date somebody or you like somebody, who's your people? What's your mom and daddy name? Where they from? Okay? What they do for a living, where they work. I need your sister's name, your brother's name, all your siblings. I don't know if they're half siblings. If you know them, give them. I also need to know all the names of your first cousins. That's just what you're taught to do. I'm not even making this up. This isn't a big city. It's one of the reasons why people run. That's why you leave the first second you get, the first chance you get out of a small town, because everybody knows everybody. It drives you batty. Everybody, you walk into a grocery store, somebody is calling you out. Oh, you look just like such and such. I know your mama, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes people are cool with that. But for most people, like myself, I'm on the first thing and smoking. I haven't been back. I haven't been back, baby. But yes, that's just something people do. So for you to say, I didn't know, that's the first thing you say. And he should have said it to you too. Your last name is Fletcher. How many Fletchers are there over there in the Huntsville area? You're Black. Your last name is Fletcher. Who's your damn dad? Who's your brother? Do you know Lance, if nothing else? What are y'all talking about? Oh my goodness. Anyway, exactly. Y'all just said that the Fletchers were pillars in the community. Fletcher himself called himself a pillar. I'll be a pillar before your ass be a pillar. That's what he told Marceau. That's what he told Marceau. So girl, you're lying. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, Chris said, did the rest of your siblings know about all this? Does Kiki know? Does Lance know? Because now I feel all of y'all were lying to me about this relationship, and I want to know what it is. Why would y'all hide this? They're a close-knit family, right? Kayla said, I haven't said anything to them, but I'm not sure if Twan has. Again, why would Twan say anything if the two of you didn't want them to find out like this? Because somebody's going to drop it. But anyway, Chris says, I'm going to call him up. We're going to have a meeting about it. Now, what he plans to lay down, I don't know. But this is what I'm hoping happens, okay? I need y'all to stitch all these loose ends up. All these loose ends. How did this man go from being your godson that y'all made seem like was a part of your family since he was in diapers? That's my godson, Lansing. You know, he plays in the house and da-da-da. I thought that was that he's known each other for forever. That he's a family staple. Okay, that he's always hung around Lance. How is that possible? Please stitch that loophole up. Okay. Also, I want to know, when did he become your godson? Was it when he was a grown ass man? Because who does that? Okay. Who calls a person their godson when they're grown with children of their own, teenage children of their own? I need all of those loopholes stitched up, Fletchers. Y'all have been doing a good job at laying out enough of your personal business that I have been into. You know what I'm saying? But right now, there's a bunch of gaps. There's a bunch of holes based on the shit that Kayla said. And I know y'all were trying to integrate her into the show, but baby, she might have been the wrong one. She might have gave too much, and I don't know. But if y'all don't stitch this up, I'm gonna have a problem with this storyline, and I don't want y'all to bring it back. Okay, that's how I feel about it. But I don't know. You don't call grown people godson. You just don't, unless you're, a part of the family for real. Or, are you claiming the man on your taxes? What? Let me know. Let me know. Y'all come on in here, hit the like button, share the video, please and thank you. 296 of y'all are watching, and I thank every single one of you. Make sure y'all hop into the chat, the live chat, and talk, okay? Share your feelings. Now let's get to Tisha and Kimmy. Oh, God. Again, the gift that keeps on giving, baby. I've had to rewind that scene a couple of times, okay? Anyway, y'all know how Tisha, whoever the cameraman is for Tisha, I feel like Tisha has her personal cameraman. Tisha is shown walking up Kimmy's sidewalk. It's the same house that she lived in first season. Y'all can see it from the front, but the inside is remodeled and it looks amazing, okay? Kimmy done laid that shit out. But Tisha comes walking in this pink jumper, and the camera, pans in on her getting out the car, walking up that damn walkway so she can go in. Whoever the cameraman is or camera woman, I don't know who, loves Tisha. And we're going to talk about what they did at the end of this show too, because they did not play with them camera angles. But anyway, Tisha comes in the door and she said, listen, baby, right now, Kimmy might be my best friend in this group. She might be my only friend in this group. I can't trust not one fucking person. All right. And then they end up sitting down and catching up on things. We find out that Marceau isn't at home. That's why Tisha's running free. Okay. Marceau is in Rome with his son, MJ. It's right before MJ is supposed to go to college. MJ said, listen, for my gift, my gift for graduating high school, I want to go to Kendrick Lamar's concert. And the only concert that was actually playing with Kendrick Lamar was in Rome. So Mr. Marceau said, look, for the first time, Marceau, who Tisha said, can be a little spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? When he was going to Africa, it was spontaneous. This time, this mofo planned. He ended up getting his son a passport and, getting them Kendrick Lamar tickets and made sure everybody was packed up for however long it was supposed to take. I was like, not Marceau, not Marceau, who's spontaneous and have to work things out with his job. Marceau said, me and my boy is taking a plane so we can see Kung Fu Kenny over there in Rome, okay? And Tisha, no, you cannot go. This is just me and MJ. But they are over there, and they was kicking it so hard, they hadn't even taken pictures yet. Tisha walked in the house and told Kimmy, baby, I don't even know what they're doing. I mean, they call every once in a while, but he ain't took one damn picture to let me know that him and my son are okay. And Kimmy was like, well, damn, I was trying to figure out how me and Maurice could hop a plane. I wanted to go to Rome, but Maurice works. He said he couldn't get away because of work. Hold on one second. Maurice said he couldn't get away because of work. And so Tisha's like, really? Now Tisha's looking at her like, why would y'all want to go to Rome? Listen, Tisha, like I said, everybody knew and probably were making plans on how to go. You were the only one left out of this trip. This should have been a mama, son, and husband trip. But no, that's not what happened. Anyway, Kimmy said, yeah. So Tisha said, well, you do know that Marceau and Maurice are into it. And that's when Kimmy takes a sigh. And she said, yeah. Oh, Tisha, listen, I don't understand why it's taken Marceau 2 years to complete my project. Okay. She said, I have fired the motherfucking lawn guy for less. If motherfucker cuts my grass wrong, he's fired. And the only reason I've allowed Marceau to stay on this project is because he's my brother-in-law. Because I swear to you, Tisha, I would have fired him already. If it was anybody else, another general contractor, I would have fired him already. Now, Kimmy does say this kind of sweet, but not really. She does tell her I would have fired him, and I fired my lawn boy for less. And Tisha sits there with a smile on her face. And she said, yeah, well, maybe we can all get together when Marcel comes back from Rome and talk about it. What do you want to say? But this is what Kimmy's telling her to her face. So I don't know what you thought you were going to get from me when you asked a question. Do you know why they're fighting? Hell yeah. I'm the one who sent Maurice over there with the mission. I told him, get your chunky ass over there and you make sure you give him the same business you give me for wanting to go on a date, for wanting to go to dinner or to the movies, bitch. Period. Anyway, after all of that, teacher says, listen, let me catch you up on what's going down between me and Destiny right now, because we got into it. And then she admits that she might have been the one to get it popping. Teacher said, look, I went over to that open house Destiny wanted me to go to. Hold on for a second, y'all. Teacher said, I went over to that damn open house that Destiny invited me to. And there was another realtor who had their picture outside on the little stand, on the outside stand. So when I came in, I did ask Destiny, is this really your listing or is it somebody else? And I guess she took it as shade. But she said, I was just asking questions. I don't know why she would take it as shade, because I was just asking questions. Well, Tisha, she's sensitive about her damn shit. She's an artist. And she wants to make sure that when she's in these scenes, that people aren't trying, especially with someone that's supposed to be her friend, that people aren't trying to knock her down on her ass, period. Okay, she got enough to worry about with the comment section. So she was expecting you to come over and be a support. And the second you walked in the house, you started. And she caught it. And teacher was like, well, maybe I did start it, but I was just asking the question. Girl, you know damn well you started it. And you should have apologized, because you could sense that the energy change, all the stuff that you asked from everybody else, you could have just said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that, girl. I know that you've been in the business for damn near 20 years. Okay. This is what we all do on this show. This is why the show started, allegedly. Okay. So yeah, you could have said that, but you didn't. You didn't. Anyway, teacher says, listen, I don't appreciate Destiny laughing, making jokes over me, over my shit. She said things got real heated before we left, and I'm not sure that it's ever going to work its way straight again, period. Kimmy is sitting there like, really? Now, I was expecting to hear at that point in time, Kimmy say, well, how did it get twisted? Why would it have gone so left? And Kimmy, but she didn't say anything. She's just sitting there listening. And she said, you know what? Both Destiny and Nell Fletcher have a way of gut punching, of saying real nasty shit when they are going through things. They're the ones who make it ugly. That's what Kimmy added to Tisha's fire already. So you see the ladies fueled up. You know exactly how Tisha takes things. You are her friend and her family. So when you are supposed, especially in these group settings, sway it back to the middle, because you brought it to her, girl. You made her go over to that house. You put the battery in her back, so to speak, that made her go over to that house with an attitude, with the let me get shit started, Destiny, because this is what I heard from Kimmy. You did that. And she tells her that while she's sitting there. Well, I didn't appreciate that she was sitting here laughing with you. And the whole thing, even when we was in an argument, the whole thing brought me back to middle school when people was laughing at me, talking about how I speak. Okay. She said, I don't like friends who joke over me. I am self-conscious about that bullshit. Bringing up things that's sensitive, and you know it's sensitive for me. That's a problem. And she said they do mean girl stuff. Destiny does mean girl stuff. Nell Fletcher does mean girl stuff. That's why I don't with Nell Fletcher now. Yeah, I might have tried to make amends, but no, I don't like it. Anyway, Kimmy said, is there a way for you and Destiny to sit down and hash this out? And Tisha said, no, not right now. Mm-mm. And then she went on to say, I can be in spaces with Destiny, like Trisha's party that's coming up. But Yeah. I'm not going to make things ugly or uncomfortable for people. I'm just not ready to bury the hatchet with Destiny. She said a lot of shit that pissed me off. So I'm not there yet. And Kimmy shook her head and said, yes. Oh my God. Anyway, I don't know. I just feel like I'm watching a train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all could have avoided all of this, but for some reason, the voices that should be getting in the middle of this shit and saying, wait a minute, I think maybe you heard me wrong or whatever the case may be. That didn't happen. At least not in this scene. I don't know if production edited in a way that just made Kimmy look like she was being a complete and total an asshole. But Kimmy, that was your fault. Tisha brought that attitude because of you. Okay? So this is why Destiny is in reviews or interviews saying, yeah, Kimmy's ass used to be beautiful. Not anymore. She used to call a thing. Not anymore. She used to say what was right, despite what people might think. Not anymore. That's what Destiny's out here saying. This is her heyday. Oh my goodness. All right, third and final scene. Okay, we are literally 12 minutes into the episode, and this is the last scene of the show. If it gives you any idea of how off the rails this went. Okay, so now we are at the party. Trisha's, I think it's called New Beginnings Party. This is supposed to be a theme party. Let me start with that. It's supposed to be a theme party, and typically with theme parties, people come dressed for whatever this occasion is. But that's not what happened here. This is a drag club, and yeah, I'm not sure what people are supposed to be looking like. Trisha, the person who threw the party and invited everybody, she is there wearing a pair of shorts, a black pair of shorts, a midriff top, and a blazer, like something she could have worn during the day. This is like a transition from her day job to her evening to evening wear. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you call it. Yes, I'm sitting there like, whoa, what's the theme? Now Kimmy walks in the door, and Kimmy is wearing a sheer top, black sheer. You can see her stomach. You can see she got a little bra top underneath, but back out, everything out, and a pair of camouflage pants with high heels. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm still questioning, what's the theme? What's the theme? What am I missing? She's the next person in the door. Then Sharon walks in. Sharon, Trisha's friend, the one who told Marquez to shake a bone and get the fuck on. Her. She comes in a black bodysuit. I think it has one arm on, like a little shoulder sleeve. And so I'm still confused as fuck. I'm still confused because nobody appears to be dressed in the theme. But she comes in and everybody's saying hello to her and trying to figure out what's going on with her. Then Trisha invites 4 other women that's just random friends of hers onto the show. Okay. These ladies' names is Tamanika, Tamika, Tracy, and Rebecca. No theme. No theme unless Gremlin is a theme. All I could say is, Trisha, when you bring your friends onto television, let them know how to dress, and especially for lighting, because those ladies were not prepared to be on TV. I don't know when the agreement happened, but they weren't prepared and they looked a mess to me. I mean, and I don't even talk about people like this, especially Black women. I don't want that, but I am blaming you for this because I feel like you should have said something ahead of time. Child, it's on TV. Make sure you dress this way. Make sure you wear this type of makeup because you don't want the lighting will fuck your life up on these TV shows. The lighting will fuck life up in the house when you're taking pictures if you don't get it right. But this is what they came walking in. Tamika, who else? Rebecca and Tracy. They came walking in like, oh, hey, we here. I'm like, oh no, what's really going on? Now they're there, right? And y'all know who is it? Kimmy Kimmy has a hard time like learning people at first, the names of people. So everybody becomes oh girl. When Kimmy meets somebody for the first time, you can tell. Yes, it was DMX, Tamika, Tamanika, Rebecca, and Tracy. Facts, 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 facts. But when Kimmy meets somebody for the first time and you give their name, Kimmy will not call you by your name. She will always say, oh, girl. I noticed it about Kimmy. So when she's introduced to Sharon, she hugs her and everything. But from that point on, Sharon is called, oh, girl, with Kimmy. Okay? Oh, girl said, and I am cracking up because I'm like, I don't know if she just really forgets people's names, but I don't know. Oh, girl, it doesn't always sound the warmest. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. Come on in, everybody. Hit the like button and share the video. Now, the next person in the door who is very much camera ready, is Tisha Scott. And when Tisha walks in, she's not even coming in the door. Literally, the camera person catches Tisha in the hallway leading up to the club. And they start at the bottom of her feet, and that camera worked its way up to the top of Tisha's head. Do you understand me? Then it went to the side and panned what Tisha was working with from the side. And then it hit her from the back, and you saw two big ass watermelons on Tisha's backside. Tisha's wearing a leopard cat suit with a jeweled belt around the waist. Okay. And all I can think is when Martell said on camera that Tisha had a full body makeover and Marceau still don't want her, that somebody over in production said, baby, no, we're about to show what the Tisha's working with, because the ass actually matches the thighs. Okay. Tisha's badunkadunk is crazy. But it matches the thighs, and Tisha got some sort of arrangement with production to show her from every angle. And I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking, because I was like, nobody else got the long zoom in shot. Nobody else got shown from every angle before they walked in. And don't think I'm lying. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I have a mind for this kind of stuff, and I always pay attention to how people are introduced to a scene. They introduced Trisha's friends in the dark. And I mean, an overcast dark, and literally they walked in one by one behind each other. And Trisha was calling their names out. I was like, well, damn, they were barely in the scene after that. But I was like, we didn't even get a real introduction. And everybody else you just saw come in the place. Only Tisha gets the full walkthrough. Only Tisha. But yeah, she came in looking like, again, I don't know what the theme is, but what I can say is she looked good. Okay. She did look good. But when she walks in, camera ready, she ends up going over to her good friend and sister-in-law. Oh, let me also say that baby girl had on them 6-inch heels, and she's also wearing, what are those, boho braids? Waist length boho braids, wearing them down. So she was there to attract something. Okay. Marceau's out of town. Tisha is showing out while Marceau is out of town. All right. Anyway, she goes over to her good friend Kimmy, and they chit chat a little bit. And then you overhear Sharon, old girl, say that she was worried about being here tonight because Trisha and Nell Fletcher told her that Destiny and Tisha were into it. That's the first thing out of Sharon's mouth. And Sharon's never even, I don't even believe, met Tisha before. But this is what Sharon is telling her. And Tisha's rolling her eyes. She goes, what? Because all she had to do was hear Nell Fletcher, right? I think it was Trisha who said, I didn't say shit about you. Because Trisha really likes Tisha. Trisha really likes Tisha. Hey, girl. Welcome to the chat. You said you wish I had a clip of Tisha. I'm going to put her up. Tisha doesn't like Nell Fletcher, right? Trisha loves Tisha. If y'all have not paid attention, anytime you hear Tisha's name spoken bad about and Trisha's around, she's always like rolling her eyes and, giving prayer hands because she loves Tisha. And she went, I didn't say anything about you. Well, I didn't tell you, I didn't tell that story. And she was like, that was Nail. And Tisha said, of course it was Nail. Because now she's pissed, like anybody would be. I'm gonna give you credit for this, because if you just had your sit down with Nail and said, but don't talk about me, I won't talk about you, let's do better, right? She said that's what she wanted. And now you hear that Nail is talking about you to a stranger, because I ain't never heard this bitch name before. I don't know no Sharon. She old girl to me. Why does she believe that the first things that should come out of her mouth to me is that she heard bad things? And Tisha said, I get along with everybody. I don't know why you heard that, or why she would tell it to you. Furthermore, what the fuck am I on Nell Fletcher's brain? Why is she mentioning me at all? Okay. Y'all out for lunch or whatever you're doing. Eat your burger. Don't be bringing me up. Yeah, I understand that. I'm giving y'all a little extra for this, but I would feel the same way if somebody I don't know come up and say they heard about me and the shit was negative, and it happened to came out the mouth of one of my enemies. I told you, but we ain't even taking baby steps. I told you we're taking it step by step. So Tisha's hot, but she's trying to give Sharon a good impression. I don't know why she would tell you that. I really don't. I get along with everybody. Everything's cool with me. And that's when Destiny Payton walks in, baby. That's when Destiny Payton comes in, and she is wearing this long silver to the flow, bedazzled, jeweled out dress, okay, with a tiara on her crown, like she is Princess Diana Ross, because she got this big ass Diana Ross wig on too. So she got this just princessed out, like you thought. Okay, I am the one, just in case. And then she's wearing the most important accessory, which is I don't give a fuck energy. If you're going to come in and you need to let people know what's happening, you need to not give a fuck. And that's the second Destiny walked in. She had this walk. Y'all know Destiny's a little bow leg, a lot bow leg actually, but she had a walk that was a cross between like George Jefferson and y'all know when George would get his the fucking type of walk on, it was that. It was that, except for a woman. Okay, Destiny walked in there like, I don't give a damn who thinks what. Don't with me. And she smiled, and she came in and she hugged Kimmy. She hugged Sharon. Tisha was in a huddle, but she waited. Kimmy, Sharon, Trisha, and then Destiny said, I'm gonna be the bigger bitch because I know what type of bitch you are. And then she hugged Tisha. She side hugged her. But her hair, which was huge, mushed Tisha all in her face. Mushed her. Mushed her completely. I was like, oh no. And Tisha's up here spitting out hair now. Spitting out hair, trying to get her bearings about her. Talking about why would you hug me? Yes, Destiny looked cute. I told y'all Destiny been a badass all season long, okay? Destiny ain't busting out them clothes like she was before. Destiny is bad as fuck, and she came in to let people know I am bad. That's why I was like, oh, again, me and T.I., child. My mouth was open this wide the entire time I was watching this program. Okay. Every time I looked up, I said, baby, this is a money shit. But anyway, let me get back to it. After Destiny said, I'm gonna be the bigger bitch, because that's really all you want. I don't care, Tisha. We did fall out, but I'm gonna let you know. I don't care if you're here right now. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. She gave her that hug. She walked off to the side, and they start enjoying their time. Okay, they're watching the dancers now, right? Or whatever the performance is. I'm not even sure. Is it a dance? I think it's a dance. I think they come out and they sing songs, and they give you a little artsy stuff. Anyway, everybody's throwing out their ones and shit to the drag queens, and Nell Fletcher is the last to arrive. Now, I told y'all already how everybody was dressed because I was confused about what the theme actually was. But Nell Fletcher is the last in the door while the dancers are on stage. And when she comes in, they didn't do the long shot like they did with Tisha. Nell Fletcher has on this sheer cat suit that's also bedazzled and jeweled out, like little diamond rhinestones everywhere. It looks like something that Dolly Parton would wear. Okay, and that's on hand on God. Okay, a hand on the Bible. But Nell walks in and Trisha's like, "Oh, you fashionably late." She said, "Exactly. I am very fashionable." Child, she had a shawl on. She was wearing it like a cape. The shawl, because she's moving so quick, is flowing behind her. I'm like, damn, why is everybody why is everybody doing this? But she came up, and then Nell Fletcher looked at Trisha in her damn blazer, okay, looked like she just got left the job. And she said, "I would have been here sooner if I would have dressed like this." Okay. How did she say it exactly? She said, "I should have kept it simple, like you." I'm at home, girl, dressing up for whatever this theme is. And this is how you came? Let me go out to the car and get my gym shorts. What the fuck is this? Hilarious. Hilarious. I kid you not. Anyway, I loved it. I loved it. All right. Anyway, after they get finished with the little drag queen dances, y'all know everybody got to sit down and do their dinner. And now I guess Trisha has her friends are gone. They're not a part of the scene anymore. So the four friends, Tamika, Tracy, and Rebecca, they all out the door. All right. Now it's just the ladies of Huntsville, the cast. All right. And the cast is sitting there. Trisha's already drunk. So this club was real. These drinks were real. And Trisha is on her ass drunk, eyes closed. I woke. I'm like, girl, oh my goodness. I hope she's not driving. You better take your ass on down to the county and lock yourself up the way Otis used to do on the Andy Griffith show, because that's how drunk she was. Okay. Anyway, Trisha is interjecting throughout the conversations. Let me go back. Let me back this back a little bit, because the only person who was responding to Trisha being drunk is Destiny. Destiny was just kept looking at Trisha and laughing like, girl, God bless you. Okay. Kimmy asked Trisha, "What exactly are we here for? This is supposed to be a themed event, and we all dress different," because I wasn't coming in no shiny, sparkly shit, nothing. Okay. I'm happy I showed up in my damn sheer mesh top and camo pants, because baby, this is overdone. So what are we actually here for? What's the new beginnings about? This one said new beginnings. This one said that this was a bachelorette party. What is it? What are we celebrating? Cool. Trisha said, let me get Trisha up here. This is Trisha. Y'all remember this scene from Waiting in the Exhale? "You raggedy bitch." This is exactly how Trisha was talking the majority of the time. "You raggedy bitch." That's how drunk she was. Trisha said, "Well, I brought y'all." Come on, Aunt Teresa. Welcome, girl. I appreciate you. I love you, love you, love you. That's another one of my members. But Trisha said, "Y'all are here to let me get my voice for Trisha right. Help me celebrate 20 year on the job. I'm transitioning 20 years off my job," which is she's leaving her job of 20 years. That's what she tried to say. And I don't know what that bachelor party shit is. I don't know what that is. Okay. She don't know what the bachelor party shit is. She ain't never heard of that before. She just knows that everybody's there to celebrate her leaving her job after 20 years. She's decided to move into fitness full time. She was going to run her fitness business. Now, again, what's the theme? I'm still confused. I just got to put that out there. Were you drunk when you made up the theme of the party? Because why? If you want to just go celebrate at the drag club, cool. But why were people supposed to dress up? What is that about? Don't know. Anyway, after that, Trisha said, I don't know what the bachelorette party shit is, but me and Ken are still together. Even though we hit a rough patch, me and Ken are still together. Destiny went a few rough patches, okay? Because Destiny's like, bitch, the way I know about what's going on with you and Ken, a rough patch is an understatement. A few rough patches. And then Trisha, with her drunk ass, chimes in and said, a few goddamn, we a few, 3, 4, 5 times. We broke up 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Drunk. Trisha is off. I was dying. Okay, let's move on. Then, oh shit, that is when Letitia Scott, wife of Marceau Scott, the one who told her just a few episodes ago, Tisha, don't embarrass me. Tisha, we are the last 2 people in all of the motherfucking world, anybody on the planet, who should be telling people anything about their relationships. Don't do it again, Tisha. He talked to her at least 3, 4 times, maybe 5 times this goddamn season. Okay? Love you, girl. Want us to do better. Stay the fuck out of everybody else's business. Don't bring up another relationship. That Tisha, yeah, that one. That Tisha, y'all, looks down at Trisha, who just said, me and Ken is back together forever and ever. We're really working it out this time. And she said, do you feel like you can trust Ken? Do you think he's telling you the truth? Good gravy. Oh my goodness. I fell out. Okay. This is important because, bitch, again, by the end of this episode, you're going to be talking about how you don't want anybody talking about you. And here you are, not being able to help yourself. Interjecting. Do you think? That wasn't even your place to ask. You should have said, bitch, give me another margarita. We celebrating. Trisha and Ken on their fucking 6th try. Okay? That's all you had to say. But that's not what you said, girl. And this is why, listen, the universe keep bringing you back the bullshit because you keep putting it out there. You've been asked, you've been warned, you've been told, you've had enough energy from Martell, who literally has made it his personal vendetta to come after you in that damn marriage. And now we know why, because we didn't get this in season 1. And I told y'all, for those of you who follow me from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all have left, and that's okay. A lot of y'all have. But one of the things I said in the beginning was we didn't get to see that. We don't know what really happened between Tisha, Marceau, Melody, and Martell. That didn't play out for us. And nobody really talked about it. Okay. We got Melody and Martell who busted Tisha's ass out. Tisha and Marceau first. But you with the 20 women. And then when Tisha was like, I ain't never had cheating in my marriage, when she was at that damn cabin. And Melody dipped her head to the back like, you are lying. She let us know that she was lying, right? And then Tisha had it out for Melody after that. But baby, we didn't know all the backstory. When Martell finally shares Tisha fucked my marriage up because she was in Melody's ear, everybody's like, oh, we don't believe that. Yes, you believe it. Believe it, because we can see what happened just through this moment alone. And even Destiny let them up, the chips fall all the way out of her mouth. It was like gems we didn't know. I was like, oh my God, this is giving us a bigger part of the story now. Okay. But despite the fact that she's been warned, Tisha is over here asking questions that she should not be asking. Do you think you can trust him? Girl, didn't you just apologize to that woman? Didn't Marceau make you sit down with Trisha and Ken at Lance's birthday party to say, we apologize for getting all up in your motherfucking business? She shouldn't have done that. Didn't that happen? Anyway, after all of that, Trisha tries to answer Tisha. but she gets tongue-tied because she was about to lie. Is really what happened. Well, let me get Trisha back up here. And she couldn't get it out. And then her good friend Sharon over there, who's rocking like a 12-piece quick weave, and Sharon, baby, she has her edges tattooed. She's completely bald over here, but it looks like she tattooed her edges, or she paints some shit on her skin to make it look like edges. Boo! Don't do that. That is so tacky. Oh my God. Anyway, Sharon looks at her good friend and says, yes or no. That's all you got to say is yes or no. Do you trust him or no? What? How much does Sharon have to drink? Good Lord. That's a yes or a no, girl. And now Trisha got to regroup. And then she starts stuttering out an admission. So, well, we both, and now when she starts saying we both, Destiny's over there eating chicken, and she's like, because you have been crying on my shoulder, bitch. You've been calling me. I know that you and Ken got this crazy ass relationship. You said that motherfucker was cheating. And now you about to say you were cheating. Now, this is a part of the story I ain't heard. So y'all know when Destiny gets this type of information, Destiny does not hesitate to open her mouth all the way like this. And I mean, eyes bucked open. What the fuck is happening? Hey, honey. What's up, Deborah Trials? Nice to have you, friend. Nice to have you, friend. Listen, don't tattoo no edges, okay? I don't even know why that's a thing. Please don't do that. Anyway, Trisha stutters out. Oh, well, we were on a break, and yeah, I know he cheated, and there was somebody got my DMs, and we spent the block, and uh, I did step out while we was on a break. So now Destiny's like, oh, girl, you're the gift that keeps on giving, bitch. Did you spin the block with Martell? Is what Destiny asked her. Trisha said, I know that Martell's your good friend, but I did nothing with Martell. I don't know. Either way, Nell Fletcher started laughing like a motherfucker. Okay? And I mean a good old like she is hearty laughing, fork to the mouth eating. Trisha is entertainment for Nell Fletcher because Nell Fletcher already said, I don't know about that mother Trisha when she was talking to Lance. She seemed like she is a treasure chest full of secrets. I don't know about that, Trisha. So now this is all like, exactly what I thought. This is exactly what I thought when this is exactly what I thought when she sees when she hears Trisha say, I spun the block. Now she's like, I knew it. I knew it. And listen, I keep my eye on Auntie Nell because I know she's always going to bring the thunder. She's always going to bring it home. Baby, you are a liar through and through. And I knew it. I knew it. Anyway, after that, Trisha going to reveal everything, child. And right now she is drunk. She's drunk. So it's all coming out of her mouth every which way. But Trisha said, after she said, I ain't never been with Martell, she said, listen, Ken's problem is, or first she says, I spent the block with the man who jumped in my DMs right after I broke up with Ken. And I was like, yep, motherfucker, yep, that's where I want to be. Yep. And it was good too. Okay. It was good too. Hey, Glaze, thank you so much for blessing the channel, baby. Thank you. I appreciate your super chat or whatever gift that is. I may not know what the gift is, but I do appreciate you, baby girl. Anyway, Trisha said, I ain't got no regrets. I laid down with that man, and I don't have 1 month of regret about it. And I kind of sort of blocked him. Not all the way, just in case I need to circle back one more again. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, the whole time that's happening, Destiny is just shaking her head like, goddamn, drunk Trisha is a mess. Okay, she ain't gonna remember what she said the next day. That's a fact. And this is why people always say to Trisha, lie. Trisha, when you drink, all that truth come pouring out your mouth. Anyway, Trisha says that the comment section messed up her and Ken's relationship. The comment section. And that's when Tisha Scott, who, if I'm not mistaken, Marceau said the comment section messed up y'all relationship. If I'm not mistaken, and y'all can put it in the chat, didn't Marceau say that the comment section messed up his marriage with Tisha, and that he was seriously thinking about going on down to the divorce court and making it do what it do? Did he not say that? I was about to tear the whole fucking thing down to the flow. And that right now we're in therapy because of the comments. If y'all heard it, put it in the chat. Because Tisha's about to fix her mouth to say some shit that, again, this is what I'm just saying. I don't hate anybody. I understand sometimes, you say shit on TV, it makes you look like a complete and utter hypocrite. But baby, the way you perch yourself on that motherfucking mountaintop and you seem to be looking down at everybody in the village, it's crazy. It's crazy because she says, after saying that, after Trisha says that the comment section messed up her relationship, Tisha interjects one more again and said, well, if Ken is that easily swayed by the comments, then maybe you shouldn't give him another chance. If Ken is that easily swayed by the comments, then maybe you shouldn't give him another chance, is what she says. Now I'm sitting here like woozy. First I laughed. I'm not going to lie. I did do my T.I. I did do my T.I. thing. I was like, bitch, when Marceau comes back from Rome, Tisha, it is going to be a real big problem, girl. And that's all I'm going to say. But yes. Marceau says that the comment section fucks everybody's life up. So what we're not going to do, Tisha, is get involved. Tisha said, you need to think twice about getting back together with Ken if he can't handle the comments. Okay? Yep. Again, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand how she would go so left. Why would you go so left when you know that has been a major problem for you? But she did. I would expect Tisha in this moment to say, girl, me and Marceau had the same problem. That's how a friend, if you're trying to be a friend or you're trying to build somebody up, me and Marceau had the same problem. That comment section is a mother. This is what you need to do. These are the tools that I learned in therapy, whatever that is. But she forgot. She forgot. Just like Destiny said, she forgets. We're going to talk about it. Anyway, Trisha said, I love Ken. Okay? I love Ken and we're working on it. Nell Fletcher just listens because what else is she going to do? Nell Fletcher, who's also been through a lot, doesn't say shit. She just nods her head. But in confessional, Nell said, listen, that relationship isn't healthy. Trisha and Ken aren't healthy. And then she said, and them fucking kids are the ones who's going to be affected the most. All the stuff you're supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? I've been on this earth long enough to know that whatever Trisha's going through over there down there, drinking up the motherfucker, having on again, off again relationships where she, no, that's not what women do. So there's something going on with Trisha. I know it. That relationship isn't healthy, period. Marquez ain't healthy for it either, period. I saw a video the other day where Trisha appears to be in a relationship with a man who is a mix of Marquez and Ken. He is a musclehead, like to do the gym, but he also likes to drag the fuck out of her. Talking about the way she looked, and she laughing and stuff. And I know that Trisha in her mind, she thinks that I think she thinks that she's a hard person and she could take a whole lot of heat from people. It doesn't bother her, but it does, baby. It does bother you. You've put this mask on for so long that you don't even know your true feelings about things. But that shit does bother you. It bothered you with Ken. It bothered you with your ex-husband. And it's about to bother you with this fucker, because all you did is meet one person that is combining the two of them together. And that was seen within the first 15 seconds of the video. Anyway, that's what it looked like to me. Don't be picking me up and talking about how my head is big. Can you call me cute? Can you call me pretty? Don't be saying, I know you hot because you got that hot ass wig on. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's not funny at all. It isn't. And she might seem like she's laughing, but that's because that lady has been beat up so much, she doesn't know how to feel about herself. She doesn't know what it actually feels like to have somebody compliment her and make her feel good. That's crazy. Okay? But anyway, Nell Fletcher points that out. You're cuckoo cuckoo right now. Okay? Anyway. Then Nell Fletcher changes the subject. She said, I'm really surprised to see you here, Destiny. I'm really surprised to see you here, Destiny. She said, you did mention you wasn't going to come. You might not come. And Destiny said, I did. And then she went, oh, yeah. Because, once Destiny got it in her head, Tisha, I'll be there. She forgot she even said it. I forgot I even thought to let that girl scare me away from coming in here and collecting my goddamn paycheck. So yeah, oh, okay, girl. Yeah, at one point I thought I wasn't gonna come, but then I thought the better of it, and now I'm here with my tiara on and everything, okay? And Tisha said, well, Destiny don't have a reason to be mad at me. And this is where it all goes down, y'all. Destiny doesn't have a reason to be mad at me. Let's start there. I'm even shocked that you would fix your mouth to say that she was going to come because I was here. The bottom line is it was Destiny who was making jokes off my name, and her and Kimmy. She put Kimmy in the mix too. Destiny and Kimmy was joking and getting their rocks off over me, over my name. And I don't appreciate being used for their humor, is what Letitia Scott said. Right after that, now we get Kimmy, who is correcting the narrative. Not when Tisha was at her house and she had a good opportunity to say, Tisha, I think you might have misunderstood what I was trying to share with you. And maybe this event with Trisha will be a good time to work it out. But no, when she said, bitch, both of y'all was laughing over me. Both of y'all were laughing over my name. Both of you were getting your rocks off, talking about me. That's when Kimmy said, whoa, 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 wait. That's not how it happened, Tisha. That's not how it happened. Kimmy said, I want to clear it up. I want to make sure that we understand exactly what happened. She said, Destiny was actually being sincere. Quote, Destiny was being sincere about how she feels about your friendship. Why didn't you say that at the house? Why did you wait till now that she was being sincere? Because that's a completely different mix of conversation. And Tisha doesn't even know how to fucking take it because you let her believe that it was something completely different up until this very second. She said something like one day you're cool and then the next day you're topsy-turvy. I'm not sure what word you use. And while she's saying it, Destiny got this big smile on her face, like, oh, so now I get to hear exactly what the fuck you said to her that got her tripping. So Destiny's just sitting there. She's not trying to correct the narrative. She's just like, oh, okay, cool. And then she said, you used some word. What word did you use to describe it? And Destiny said, I said friendship Tourette's. One day we are having dinner, we are laughing, joking, drinking, everything's all good. And then the next day, out of nowhere, you will come after me. Destiny, I'm mad at you. And she said, I don't even know what it's about half the time. So, yeah, that's what I said. I ain't taking it back. Tisha said, I don't like that. Now, mind you, Destiny did tell Tisha that's what she said to Kimmy when they were at that damn real estate house, when Destiny was selling the home, the open house. Destiny did tell her that. But Tisha didn't know what the hell friendship Tourette's meant. She didn't know what she was referring to. And now Kimmy's saying, well, she was sincere about it. She wasn't trying to make a joke off your name. You could have corrected that narrative already. Anyway, Tisha said that's not true. Not only is it not true, I only pop off when you give me a reason to pop off, Destiny. You've either said something disrespectful or you've said something rude, and I'm going to check your ass every time. Outside of that, I'm just not out here making comments and flipping out like I'm losing it. Now everybody's just sitting there watching because we realize that that fight that Sharon said, old girl said, was going to go down at this dinner, and Tisha said was never going to happen. It's happening. It's happening. Nell Fletcher looks down at Destiny and she said, do you feel you owe her an apology? Which probably was the wrong thing to say at this time, because Destiny quickly, don't hesitate, said, no, the fuck no. I don't owe her an apology. In fact, I've tiptoed around Tisha's feeling too many motherfucking times. And I'm not starting now. I tiptoed around Tisha's motherfucking feelings too many times before, and I'm not doing it again, is what Destiny Lachey Payton says in that scene. Oh my goodness. Heart stop, because this is what makes everybody stop breathing. Because now Trisha's holding her head because she don't want nothing to happen to her little Tisha. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, Destiny, no, don't do that to my girl. Don't do that to my girl. Anyway, in confessional, this is important. In confessional, Destiny said that Tisha has a selective memory. Oh, hold on. My bad. Let me walk this back. It's Tisha who says this about Destiny. Tisha's at the table. She said Destiny has a selective memory because she forgets how many times she called me and I've been there for her, how we've been on the phone for hours talking about all the horrible, miserable motherfucking things that's gone on within her life. I've been there for Destiny, and Destiny didn't know how to be there for me. That's what Tisha says to Destiny. And then Destiny said, fuck it. I'm rolling out the entire carpet. Destiny said, when Kiki died, I wasn't there for you. I wasn't in your car holding you in my arms while you cried, while you were heaving tears. I was there for you. Are you saying I wasn't there for you? She repeats it twice. Are you saying I wasn't there for you when Kiki died, Tisha? Is that when you're saying I wasn't there for you? Lord have mercy. That's when she says this multiple times. That's when Destiny goes into confessional. And she says, Tisha forgets stuff that did happen, and she remembers things that didn't happen. Tisha is Delulu. I've been there for that girl. And I'm not going to let her make it seem like I haven't, like this is a one-sided friendship. Okay? Now, Tisha says, I'm not talking about that Destiny. I'm not talking about Kiki Destiny. That's a different thing entirely. What I'm talking about is that you didn't defend me with Nell Fletcher and Martell Holt. Those are the people that you didn't defend me against when they were talking about my marriage and my family. And I'm not so sure that you didn't set me up for Martell to ambush me at that damn breakfast after the adult film day. Yikums. And then production shady ass plays the damn film day footage where you hear Martell say, the baddest person you ever got was Tisha. This is what Martell says to Marceau. The baddest woman you ever got without my help was Tisha. When you met Tisha, you was fatter than you are now. You were uglier than you are now. And Tisha got the bottom of the barrel. That line kills me. He said, Tisha got the bottom of the barrel, bitch. That's the line they played. But we also know that he also made little jokes over Tisha where he said that she was with one of his homeboys in the backseat of a Buick and he saw it or something like that. Okay? So Tisha said, that's my problem. That's the problem I have with you. Oof. In confessional, Tisha said, I might even understand how Destiny can continue her friendship with Nell Fletcher. Cool. I understand that. But Martell? Absolutely not. I don't understand why she would continue a relationship with him, especially since Destiny knows the history that I have had with Martell and the harm that Martell has done over me and my family. Under no circumstances that a bitch who is all 10 toes down with me would still be a friend with a motherfucker like that. Okay. Destiny said, listen, this is where more tea starts coming in. Destiny listened to her say that shit, and Destiny said, you and Martell have been fighting since before I even met you, Tisha. I didn't even know your fucking name. Your history with Martell far precedes me and your relationship. And this is where she was trying to bring the tea, because she basically is saying, and I get it, baby, Destiny, I've discounted Destiny. I'm going to say that out loud. I have discredited her. I didn't realize how smart she actually is. She is. Because basically what she was saying, without breaking the fourth wall, is you was cool with Martell when he brought your ass on this show. You were cool with him when he was putting money in your pocket for whatever the reasons were. And now all of a sudden you need me to pick a side when your ass couldn't even pick a fucking side? No. Okay? Don't come at me and make me your problem with Martell. I'm not your problem with Martell. Your problem with Martell started before it even I got there, and you still chose him. You still chose to be cool with him. And now you want me to, and now it's a problem. Bitch, it was not a problem, because it's not even like it's a different set of problems. It's the same motherfucking problem you've always had with him. And when it benefits you, you choose it. And when it don't, you need everybody in your motherfucking corner. I'm supposed to die on the cross for you. Bravo. That's absolutely correct. Don't make me choose a side when you keep choosing him every single time. Don't tell me what I can and cannot do when I look back and your ass was always there, continuing to forgive, continuing to put yourself in a situation where he can keep doing the fucking same to you. No. I'm not the one. I agree with everything she said. That's accurate. That's 100% accurate. Then Destiny said, not to mention, Tisha, don't say I wasn't trying to protect you even then, because I put my little ass body in front of that big black head. When he was trying to get after Marceau and doing all that shit to you, I stood in front of him. My body, myself. Nobody pulled me out the way. You didn't see that blockhead ass Maurice who always wants to be neutral. You didn't see him stand up in front of him, did you? You didn't see Lance, and we were supposed to be together. You didn't see Chris Fletcher. You didn't even see your own goddamn husband. It was me who stood in the middle and told him to back the fuck, give you 50 feet. It was me, okay? Teacher said, well, you could have given me a heads up. You could have given me a heads up that Martell was even going to be there. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for us. And Destiny said, Martell has always had a problem with you, Tisha, since the beginning. Do I need to fucking tell you that? When hasn't he had a problem with you? Again, all true, all true. There wasn't one word that came out of her mouth that wasn't accurate. That's a fact. I found out that you and Martell had a problem through you. You told me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you all of a sudden making this a problem for me? Even if I was to ditch Martell tomorrow, you would still be on Martell's side somewhere along the way. Y'all would find a way to do it. So no, and that's everybody who's had a friendship or a relationship or whatever the fuck with Martell. Some kind of way he convinces people that this time he's going to be better all the way through. Even Melody said it last year at the court when that motherfucker brought Ariane into the place. She said, I've never seen that girl. My entire time of being here, I've never seen her. I see Martell 3-4 times a week at the kids' games, and I've never seen Ariane. And Melody said, I reduced the charges because I thought that we could be better. I thought we could be better, and I've been covering him this whole time. Listen, this is exactly why Big Mama and them tell you to stay out of that kind of relationship, because you don't know what those two people really got going on in the background, and they will f your entire life up. But Destiny said, don't put that shit on me. Not accepting it. She said, you want me to die on the cross over some shit that you started, Tisha. In other words, you did intrude in that relationship. You were telling things that was going on in that marriage that you shouldn't have been telling. You put it on yourself. You put it on your own shoulders to do. And that is exactly why that man has a vendetta against your ass right now. Whether it's true or false, whether he was out in them streets fucking somebody else or not, he was doing it with Marceau. Marceau was by his side. Okay? So this is a problem you created, is what Destiny said. You made things worse, and now you want me to fix it. And I'm not doing it. Even if I'm not doing it. I'm not doing any more than I've done already. It's basically how she said it. She said, you know who Martell is, so stop punishing me for your bad motherfucking decisions, your bad choices. You chose it, not me. I would have told you at the beginning, leave it alone, girl, but you chose that. Okay. Now Destiny and Tisha are screaming at each other. You got me fucked up. No, you got me fucked up. They go back and forth saying that a couple of times, right? And it gets so hyped that everybody at the table at this point is like, stop, guys, stop, please, stop it. You guys are making things worse. Okay? Destiny said, listen, at the end of the day, you came to that open house. You was looking to get your big one off. You was saying horrible shit about how this wasn't my house, how you was taking your wine bottle back, all kinds of stuff. Tisha denies it. Tisha said, Destiny, please. You know damn well also Destiny was like, you was calling me a hoe. You know how I feel about being called a hoe. You sit here acting like your feelings are the only ones that count. You the only person who's sensitive about shit. Haven't I had multiple conversations with you about how I'm not a hoe and how everybody in these fucking streets and how people know putting all this shit out there about me? And that's not true. Tisha said, oh, that was a figure of speech. You know that was a figure of speech, Destiny. She denies it. Anyway, Destiny says, bottom line, Tisha, is that you have a problem with me because you said some shit about me not defending you in rooms that you weren't in. That's what you say all the time. And I want you to know that not only do I defend you in rooms that you're not in, I defend you more than your husband do. I defend you against your husband. I will go to your husband and speak defense over you, life over you. Tell him to calm his panties down and leave you alone. And you know this. And this pissed Tisha off. This pissed Tisha off. Period. Nell starts screaming, y'all are hitting below the belt. Y'all are hitting below the belt. Drunk Trisha chimes in. Y'all listen to Miss Nell. Listen to Miss Nell. Okay. Drunk Trish was a mess. She was so hurt that Destiny was giving Tisha the business. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know if she was coming or going. Okay. Tisha says, I've always had Destiny's back. Always, no matter what. And Destiny said, and as soon as I'm doing well, Tisha, you have a problem with it too. You leave that part out. You want to have my back when I'm low, but when I'm doing good, you don't. You don't like it at all. You like to keep me at the bottom. Now Kimmy tries to interject again. She wants everybody to get along. God damn. Listen, you both are just saying the same exact thing, but it's the tone that you're using. You're using the wrong tone. Uh-huh. Anyway, Tisha says again, I think that Destiny set me up with Martell. I think it's an ambush because now she's in her confessional and she's saying, when I had a chance to think about it, it's very likely Destiny set me up. Why would he know that I was at this restaurant? Why would he come in and sit at that table after the interaction that we just had? And they played it. Now Destiny's pissed though, because Destiny and Tisha had already talked this out. Destiny said, under no circumstances did I set you up. I would never do that. I would never do that, Tisha. Right? This was a couple of seasons ago. I think whenever it happened, Destiny has this conversation. And we were trying to figure out when, for us, the audience, because I remember saying in my reviews, did Destiny and Tisha squash this? Like, how did she know? But I also remember, and I don't know if it was on the show or if it was on the show and in one of Destiny's, maybe she posted it somewhere, but she said something like, I would never set up another woman. That is not what I'm about. I would never do that. That's bullshit. And she said that the way Martell found out was he drove past and saw her car outside or whatever, and then ended up pulling up. Okay. Or production could have told. Who knows? It's possible because production does set the cast up to have meetings and to try to work things out. We know this. But when Tisha says again, you could have set me up for the ambush. Destiny said, all gloves are the fuck off right now. She said, fuck you. Destiny stands up out of her seat. She points over at production. She said, I'm out of here. Okay? Get this motherfucking mic pack off me, whatever. I'm gone. I'm done. Fuck her. For all this shit. And Destiny went walking her ass up out of there with them legs, child. Them bow legs and that long ass floor length dress. Y'all can only imagine the sight. Because they did show her walking off. She walked out the door and down the hallway, and we get to see her walk all the way out to the street. And you hear Nell Fletcher in the back screaming, Destiny, 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 wait, okay? Destiny said, no, ma'am, I'm not playing this game with her. I've already apologized. We've squashed the beef. And every time I think Tisha should be over some shit, she brings it back up. I have no time to rehash bullshit that should be dead with Tisha. Once we say, I'm sorry, let it be over. Why would you keep bringing this up to me? When Nell gets out there with Destiny, she's like, listen, I have some of the same problems with her because of her husband. I don't give about your problems with her. We're talking about me. I'm not letting her play on me like that. You can let her play on you, but not me. I don't give about her or Marcel. Okay? Destiny said, I need to get the fuck up out of here. And she starts calling the Uber. Nell Fletcher said, don't call no Uber. I'm about to go and get my purse. Let me just get my stuff. I'll come right back out. Let me just get my stuff. I'll come right back out. Destiny. This is Nell Fletcher all the way down the hallway back to the damn the little dance hall with the drag queens. She's screaming to Destiny, let me just get my purse. Don't leave, Destiny. Then Nell Fletcher brought her butt right back inside that damn hall, sat down, and started eating. Nell Fletcher is shoveling food in her damn face. Salad, chicken wings, you name it. She's looking back and forth at everybody at the table. She's talking about what she just discussed with Destiny out in the hallway. Destiny's saying the same thing you say. Y'all both saying the same thing. Tisha said, people don't get to hurt me more than once. And then I'm done with, yeah, that's the same thing she said. What? Now Destiny's out there waiting for a second because she knows Nell's little ass legs should have made it back up to the front by now. But she doesn't know what's going on with Nell. So she sends her a text first. I'm waiting. Nell Fletcher said, I'm coming. Wait a minute. Just a minute, Destiny. She types back. She keeps eating. She keeps eating. Keeps talking like she ain't got somebody outside hot as fish grease, about to explode. Then Destiny calls Nell. Are you coming or not? Because I could go, don't call an Uber, Destiny. I'm coming. Nell killed the hell out of me. Don't call a Uber, Destiny. I'm on my way. Just a second. And hung up the phone. And it was like she never talked. Because now everybody's laughing at Nell. Because they're like, girl, you better get your ass outside. What's wrong with you? She said, this food good. Okay, so she eating. She didn't care. You understand? She reminds me of an auntie. She reminds me of one of my aunties, baby. This is exactly the shit she would do. I don't care. I'm going to finish this motherfucking food. All right? But everybody is cracking up like the ice is kind of broken, even though the energy is still up. But now they're kind of laughing on Destiny's situation, on the fact that she's standing outside. And Destiny walks her ass back in. And when she comes back in, she hears everybody laughing. But she didn't flip out. Listen, most people would have come back in the room and said, bitch, see you in here laughing at me, like, getting upset with Nell Fletcher. But Destiny just evaluates what everybody's doing. And she has this look on her face where she is pissed. And she said, are you coming or no? To Nell Fletcher. And Nell got that chicken wing in her mouth. She went, this food was real good, so I was just trying to, and she starts putting it down. And now Tisha's like, can you get her a doggy bag? Can she get a carry-out box? Because now Tisha's thinking that it's a joke that we all should be laughing at. But Destiny's not laughing, okay? But Destiny said that Tisha has friendship Tourette's. And this was a good example of it. Because when Tisha stands up, even though Destiny's standing over there, she's pissed as fuck. Tisha looks at Destiny and goes, girl, you really went low. Did you have to bring up my husband? Did you have to bring in Marcel? I wasn't expecting you to do that, Destiny. And Destiny is like, what the fuck? And she says to Tisha, hand on a stack of Bibles, shut the fuck up. And she walks off. Don't talk to me, heifer. I don't even know what the fucking joke is. But I'm not laughing. I'm still pissed at everything that just went down at this table. But it's gone from Tisha's mind. Friendship Tourette's. Just like Destiny said. It's a fact. It's a fact. This isn't a time for me to kiki and cuckoo with you, boo. You are still a problem for me. And Destiny walks off like, bitch, we ain't friends. You just said that. We literally at the table, they both say we ain't friends. We ain't friends. Fuck you. They say that to each other before Destiny walks out the room. Tisha gets up though and forgets all of it. I was really shocked that you actually said that about Marcel. Oh my goodness, Destiny. T.I. the whole time. T.I. the whole time. This is how funny this episode was. Anyway, after that, after she moved away, Tisha said, "Did you just curse at me?" Destiny looks at her, but she's not saying anything. "You heard me curse at you, didn't you, bitch? I'm not gonna. I don't have to say anything else, right?" Tisha said, "Did you just curse at me?" Now we get this long angle of Tisha standing up, child. 6-inch, maybe 8-inch high heels. I don't even fucking know. I just know that they had points on them like this. Okay. And she throws her hands down like she's about to walk over and buck up on Destiny. And that's when you see Trisha, who's drunk, but she wasn't drunk enough to get the about that seat. She was like, "Not my Tisha. She ain't gonna get into a fight with nobody." So she jumps up. Kimmy jumps up. Kimmy's in her face. Tisha said, "Get out my face." She said, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." And Kimmy's doing all this like, "Girl, you ain't gonna get me up out of your face. I'm here. I'm here now." Destiny is like, "What kind of bullshit game are y'all fucking playing?" Nell Fletcher is still eating. Sharon is at the table. Nell Fletcher sitting right there. Child, Nell ain't moved a muscle. Nell getting that damn rest of that food into that damn carry-out box. Then Destiny did what anybody who wanted to test a motherfucker's gangster would do. Okay? She could have walked any way out of that damn building, out of that room. But what she decided to do, if Tisha was standing here, Destiny walked this close past Tisha while Tisha is while Kimmy and Trisha are acting like they holding Tisha back. Destiny and didn't have their hands on her, by the way, just made it so that they were making it seem like we ain't gonna let you fight, right? Destiny walked this close past Tisha, went out the door, and when she walked past, she damn near broke her hip twisting, okay? Fuck you. You saw that hair bounce back, and I'm not lying either. That hair did one of these, and she started moving, and then Nell Fletcher's little ass legs had to catch up to Destiny because Destiny's walking out the door, and Nell Fletcher knows now, if she don't get out there before Destiny put that damn Uber order in, she's going to be gone. So you better get about there. But that made Tisha look so cheap for her to walk right past her and blow in her eye. You know what I'm saying? If you had hair in your eye before, you had hair in your, if you had hair in your face before, you had hair in your eye this time. That's how bad things got. Destiny got up in that car with Nell Fletcher, that damn pearl white Corvette, and you saw Nell take the fuck off in the parking lot. Vroom, and it was gone. That's it. And then you see Kimmy and Tisha going down the steps. And Kimmy said, "I ain't never seen anything go this left before. I've never seen the two of you go this left before." And Tisha said, "She doesn't get a chance to do it to me again. We're done. I should have never gave her another chance." And that's how the scene ends, you guys. There was a lot going on in that last 45 minutes, okay? Hopefully I did it justice. But bravo. Bravo. It was a good scene. We shall see what happens next. But yeah, not a real friend is what I tabbed this one as, okay? So I'm rating this episode a 10. Loved it. Thought it was a great episode. I hope y'all continue to, bring the full story to this show. We need to know what happened, what we've been following. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate you, girl. I'm going to get you guys' vote. I wanted to know whose side were you on in this episode. Was it Destiny or was it Tisha? And wow, 95% of you were on Destiny's side, while only 5% of you were on Tisha's side. Woo! I will say, I'm just going to say, I think that we're going to have to get Kimmy involved, and Kimmy's going to have to explain how this went so left, how this conversation went so left, because it did. It did, how this entire thing started. Okay? Destiny for the win. Destiny for the win. Anyway, There was a lot of jewels that were given in this episode. I really enjoyed it. I did. I did. I did. I did. I don't know what else to say. But you guys have been so great. Thank you. There was over 500 of y'all in the live watching the show that y'all hate. That a lot of people hate. So I'm happy that you are here with me because you like how I share the story. I do. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of my members who came through today, child. There was a whole bunch of y'all that I haven't seen. Some of you I haven't seen in a while. And there was a whole lot of new people in the chat as well. I hope new subscribers. I hope new subscribers. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Thank you to my best friend, which is my sister, for coming in and helping moderate. I appreciate you, friend. Follow me on all platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will check you on the next one. Bye-bye.